Hey, it's Daddy Steve, and shout out to Cigar Sonol who put me on this track. I'm doing a very quick video talking about an interesting meld, well, an interesting theory for Death's Angel. So what he was saying was, yeah, if you get the insta-kill rune, if you look at what it says in the grey, grants a chance to increase your creature's HP when insta-kill hits a target. Right. So where do you get that from? I mean, listen, look, before we move on. So in fact, there's a chance that in death, it can keep on staying alive and triggering insta kill against anybody that does not have immunity. And you know what? A lot of the time, that may well be somebody like a Queen Artiola or something like that. It's usually going to have a death meld. So how do you deal with it? Well, it's a very expensive card at cost 25. But the Death Angel may well be right there, right? So let's just investigate that a little bit more. Where is it? LP Mall. Right. So this is where you get it. It's going to cost you 20,000 credits. At level 1, there's a 5% chance to increase your HP on death, right? It doesn't matter what the percentage is as such, 5% chance, that's not enough. If you invest and invest and invest and get this up to the full potential at level 10, 50% chance that on death you keep on triggering insta-kill. Fascinating, fascinating. Now, as a lucky fourth skill, I got immunity, which I'd be very happy with. So, in terms of being retreated and things like that, that's not going to get it out of the way. And that will just put me back on a very long wait. If you look to the left, it's a 6-turn wait. So if it can resist the immunity, I'd never bother to meld anything, right? But again, looking for skill, and it depends how many copies you got, I guess. If you've got the copies, then why not? But then it's got the rebirth. You might want to, if you're going to invest, might want to get that rebirth 8 a little bit higher. Let me just double check if that's realistic. Wow. I don't know if I can invest all these, but I guess I could, in due time as a long-term kind of goal. I don't know if I've come out of it. Here we am. So insta-kill rune. There's no rune for disposal. Job done. Now, another meld you could have, in addition to this rune, and I have seen it, I just can't remember. I can't remember if I did a video on it. I don't think I did. But anyway, so you got your insta-kill rune on there at whatever level that gives you a chance to, to survive death. But then, cherry on top, I think it's this one here. Is it this one? Detonate. So you have a detonate rune. The detonate rune's a blue rune, right? So it's not going to cost that much to get it up to level 10. And that gives you an additional 40% chance to have your 1 HP. There you go. And I'm talking not for this. I'm talking about for Death's Angel. Fascinating. I have seen some awful melds. Now I'm talking about. And I've done my Death's Angel video. Long story short, I think lucky fourth skill to have immunity with the insta-kill rune, right at whatever level, quite good. Wouldn't be in my main deck. I got better cards, but there's a case. There's a case for it. And obviously it's free. You can get it by endlessly farming. Let me just show you quick before I talk about detonate. Endlessly farming in remove seal. And I was thinking about getting sacrificed from this for something else. But here it is. Death Angel, go through that pain barrier like you did right at the start of the game. And farm your Death Angels that way, I guess. Put detonate on it. Would not be bad at all. But anyway, I did move. That's my Death Angel video done. I may just leave it there. Listen, that's my Death Angel done. If you just focus on that, then that's absolutely fine. I'm actually going to do a dual purpose video this Cyber Eye, absolutely amazing. I've got the Rebirth rune. I think that's a complete waste of investment. I've got it myself. So me and you, brother, complete wasted investment. But if you've already got it, then why would you not have the Cyber Eye getting back into rotation as quickly as possible? 2 turns? It could be devastating. Yeah, listen, I guess Rebirth Cyber Eye could do much worse. I wouldn't get it. If I could rewind the clock, I wouldn't get it. But once you've got it, Cyber Eye, beautiful. Rebirth rune, level 10, spot on. You're not going to be motivated on immunity for Cyber Eye. It's almost good in death. You know what I mean? So you need power cards to get people to the graveyard. Obviously, you need Torment. It's likely to need Torment to keep them there. So immunity 8. It's useful in terms of resisting retreat. So level 8's around about where it needs to be. But yeah, you do want it to die just so it can do the vaporize. Anyway, it's not a video on Cyber Eye. It's a video on Melds. Insta-kill here. Insta-kill. Insta-kill is what you want here. Poor person's... My man, the guy I mentioned at the start of the video, Sega. So I've been watching a lot of Street Fighter 2 tournament videos, so I was going to say Sagat. I've been watching a lot of Street Fighter 2 anyway. He said the poor man's detonate is insta-kill. I think it's the pro level meld on a Cyber Eye is insta-kill. Just because he's got that... I talked about Queen Artiola a little bit earlier. Of course, if Queen Artiola has revive, not so much. Listen, you can't win everything. You can't win everything. And if that's a worry, which is better? Come on, listen, put in the comments. Which Cyber Eye? I've said, okay, in terms of the cards you're realistically going to punish, let's look at his deck. Dark Summoner. Yeah, one of my favourite cards. So that would be gone. Not so much this one. Yeah, Paragon. He's got immunity. Sometimes people have got retreats and things like that on Paragon. I think the best meld is going to be something like immunity. But also retreat. Brackets. You're not going to get rid of this. I'm talking about an insta-kill meld, whether it's going to do anything against the top decks. Freezing Field. I don't understand why people evolve Aquarius unless you're going to put something like retreat on it, or again immunity maybe. That's what he's probably aiming for, immunity, I'd guess. But you know, most people don't have that many Aquarius. Oh my gosh. This one can usually be insta-killed. Revive. Yeah, it's got revive probably because of the Crystal Ward. So insta-kill could alter the balance of the deck a little bit. It's never going to yeah. Octavius is immune. Let's look at his meld. Revive. Yeah. Shouldn't be revive. I wouldn't put revive. I think, what's it called now? Because when you look about how he generates his attack equal to 50% attack. Yeah, so you need something that boosts your attack. I'm just talking about perfect melds for me, and I've gone a little bit beyond my Cyber Eye. For him, he needs, is it Shatter Soul? That's what he should put on Octavius, but you know, it is what it is, in my point of view. He's got immunity 8. And then he's got that, beautiful, beautiful. Listen, I could have just done it from here. Insta-kill rune, disposal, rebirth, detonate. Mwah! Chef's kiss. And top deck, and he's added it to the deck, so there you go. Yeah. What I'm really thinking also is what makes a top deck, because I think you minimum either need to have Queen Artiola with a revive rune on it, not an immunity rune as I've seen. Maybe that's the staple. And then maybe just below that, a Nereid with the revive rune on it. I'm not sure. And if you got both like what he's got, I think you got it, particularly strong. I love my Nereid though, I must admit. And it helps me with my Wraith Hunters because it's Neander. Which is better? Nereid with the revive meld or the Queen Artiola? Queen Artiola's ever living, in it. Yeah, I think maybe I've got to edge Queen Artiola. Edge it. Maybe. Look how many turns it is. 4 turns. Not bad. Not bad. Anyway, that's my video on, I guess, Death's Angel and Cyber Eye. Let me know your thoughts on these 2 cards in terms of melds. But yeah, again, a massive shout out to Sagar on just highlighting this insta-kill rune. Very interested. That is Steve, and I am out.